Hello everyone, welcome, good morning. I hope you're doing all right. Dale is joining me very soon. He's having technical issues. Hasn't had his earphones plugged in, so I'm starting without him because we'll have to. So, the Premier League fixtures are out. Some of you will already probably had a little spy to see who we've got. But we're going to break through. We're going to have a look at the opening Premier League opening fixtures, and we'll also have a look at Newcastle United. And once again, I'm playing myself in the background. We shall mute that. We are live, so get your comments coming and get your live chat in as much as you possibly can. If Dale doesn't come in the next couple of minutes, I'll blow myself full screen. Okay then. So, Premier League fixtures, we always want to know, first of all, who's the opening day of the season. Secondly, when do we play the Mackhams? Christmas period's normally busy, get a lot of games during there. And of course, the running we'll also take a look at as well. So, get your comments coming in as well. We'll see them on this page. As I look up, so there you go. Morning, JB. I hope you're doing all right. Morning, Lee Mackham. At home isn't until March. We'll for everybody that is watching the rerun, we'll not spoil it for them. So yeah, we'll come to that a little bit later. So welcome everybody as well. I might make myself full screen whilst Dale's taking forever to come in. So apologies about that. Right, okie then. So let's have a little look, shall we, at share screen facilities. So here we go. This is Newcastle United's fixture list, which is canny, innit? And if you want to have a little look at that, you might want to zoom in a little bit as much as you can, but we'll switch that to the minute to the Premier League. So this is the Premier League fixtures. As you can see, Newcastle United have Villa away on the opening day of the season. There was a lot of speculation going around that were the fake ones, that we're going to get Manchester City, but we have Aston Villa away, first game of the season, which is live on TNT, 12:30. What's your thoughts on that, everyone? Please let us know. Villa away. Now, there was some talk that we were definitely going to be playing away. I think I've read a stat in the last 24 hours at Newcastle on the opening day of the season in the Premier League. I've had 11 out of 13, I want to say, at home. So we've been quite fortunate. But Villa away isn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse, yes, but we are playing Villa 12:30 opening day of the season on the Saturday. So it's basically the second game of the season because Liverpool are playing Bournemouth the previous night. The Mackhams have got West Ham at home, so maybe a relegation 6-pointer already. First game of the season for them. And then you can see week 2, we have Liverpool at home. That's a toughie with Liverpool there. So with Liverpool, second game this season at home, we don't have a great record against Liverpool. We have to sort that out, don't we? So, yeah, so Liverpool at home. If you are obviously fans of other clubs as well, I'll leave that on screen. I think Dale's finally with us. No, he's not. So there you go. There's your fixtures. We'll come to live chat very, very shortly with you. So, game 3, Leeds away. That'll be a good one. Leeds United versus Newcastle. That's a short trip away for us. The shortest journey of the season. I'm delighted that the likes of Leeds and Burnley have come up just for selfish reasons. Partly the Mackhams. I didn't really want the Mackhams up, but they've came up. So all the clubs that have came up are short journeys for the two, and they're all within 2 hours. So I'm more than happy with that. Leeds away, third game of the season at the end of August, and then of course the transfer window would have closed by then. So Newcastle hopefully have had all their fixtures. So there you go. Then obviously then we've got Wolves after the year. It looks like an international break there as well into September. And then we've got Bournemouth away. I'm quite pleased that we've got Bournemouth away on the 20th of September because I want to get the long distance ones out the way when it's warmer weather. There's nothing worse than doing there in the cold, in the winter. So I'm kind of happy with that one. And then towards Saturday the 27th, which is my birthday, we will play Arsenal at home. So we'll break that down a little bit more. So these are just the generic Premier League fixtures. If I scroll all the way down, you can see like it goes all the way to May. Of course, this is Newcastle's. So if you just want to have a little look at that, that's our fixture list right there. So opening game of the season is Aston Villa away. That's the headlines that you'll see all over the media today. Aston Villa away, Liverpool at home, Leeds United away. Interesting. Let's have a look what you are seeing in the live chat. We will take a look at the Mackham's fixture very, very shortly. Let's have a little look. Morning to you all. Matt morning to you straight away looking for Sunderland and Arsenal fixtures. Tell me why you're looking for Arsenal, Matt. Not a fan of early kick-off for the first game. Yeah, we didn't do that well at Villa Park, did we? It wasn't that long ago that we were playing. 27th of September for Arsenal then. Hoping for Birmingham away for the lasses. Is that the weekend so we can be with me brother. Yeah, Newcastle United women are guaranteed to play away from home on their opening fixtures, which will be announced in a few weeks because of the Great North Run. They will not be at home. So do keep your live chat coming in as well. It looks like I'm not getting Dale on this live stream, so I am going to take this layout out and I shall make myself full screen. So we shall do that. Make that maximized. So this is what you've got to do once you're live. I'll remove Dale. So there you go. So those are the fixtures. So there we're gone. I think Dale's with us now. So Dale, if this doesn't work, you'll have to leave, okie dokie, because I can't keep controlling the stream whilst I'm live, because it's too difficult. So you're on now.
Hello, everybody.
It's just because it's getting too difficult if you're not working, because it doesn't look very great for the right. He's gone again. Right, so Dale, just ignore that. I'm just going to carry on without you. Because of the issues that you're having, right? So there you go. So those are the fixtures. Do keep your comments coming in, of course, as per usual. And then we'll go back to the share screen facilities as well, and we'll pull that up. So we'll have a little look at the fixtures one more time for Newcastle United on that. So obviously we've talked about the opening few games: Villa away, Liverpool at home, Leeds away in August. September, you've got Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, and Arsenal at home. That's on your birthday. October, you've got Forest at home, Brighton away, Fulham at home. And then in November, you've got West Ham away, Brentford away, Man City at home, Everton away. And then the big one, of course, is December, because it's always a busy month, that period where you play a lot of games. And you've got to remember these fixtures, you've got to take into account as well that we've got Champions League to put into this as well. We've got 8 fixtures coming in here. You've got the third round of the Carabao Cup to come in already. So it's going to be a busy few months for the opening season, especially the first 3 to 4 months. But in December, you're playing Spurs at home on the 3rd, then another home game against Burnley on the 6th. Then we are away to the Mackhams. So it's quite a wait to play the Mackhams. It's not until December 13th, which is away at the Stadium of Light. And then we've got Chelsea at home, Man United away, Burnley away. So it's a bit of a mixed bag there. You would think Spurs would be better this season. Obviously, with Sunderland, they'll be up for it. That'll be the big one, of course, in that month. Chelsea, Man United. You think Man United should be better than Chelsea at home as well. So it's a busy December. And then we head in at the new year, where you've got Crystal Palace just a few days later. That's at home. Leeds at home. So we've got a couple of back-to-back games there. And then you've got Wolves away. Wolves away I'd never really enjoyed. It's just awkward as hell to get to. Aston Villa back at home and Liverpool away before the deadline. The transfer window shuts in January. Obviously, FA Cup starts as well. So, and obviously we're hoping that Newcastle are still competing for the knockout phases in the Champions League when we hit February, March and so on. Going into February, then we've got Brentford at home, Spurs away, Manchester City away, and Everton at home. And then in March, and this starts to be the running that you start looking at where Newcastle in the league or the in around European places. Can we get into Champions League one more time, etc., etc. And then in March, again, you've got Man United at home, Chelsea away, Sunderland at home. So quite a wait for the two derbies, isn't it? December for the first one, and then March for the home one. Again, March is quite similar to December, where you've all got Sunderland, Chelsea, and Man United. So we've got a bit of a wait, but we'll enjoy it. We'll keep an eye on their results. We'll laugh at all of them losing, of course we will. April, you've got Palace away, which is never a great ground to go to. It's just awkward as hell. We don't have a great record down there. Then back at home at Bournemouth, and then we're back down the capital on the 25th. And then May, we've got 4 games in May, which is Brighton at home, Forest away, West Ham home, Fulham away. So that run-in, you don't know what you're going to get with Forest. I don't mind that running. So you've got Brighton at home, Forest away, and West Ham at home, and Fulham away. So that's your running in May. Okie dokie. So let's have a little look what you are saying in the live chat for you. So let's take a look at that. Let's go. NUFC says Mark. Morning Dale says Matt. December Derby Day says Joe. Smash those likes. Yes, if you can drop us a massive like, that'd be wonderful. Wolves away, Villa home on either side of your birthday. Bournemouth away after match day one of the Champions League game. Just to gander at that too. We did play that. If you remember, Matt, I think we played Dortmund. Yeah, it was because I remember staying in Southampton. We played Dortmund and they had a flight cancellation. And then we had Bournemouth away in the famous Kieran Trippier incident, literally in front of us. And hope the first Champions League game is at home. And then the Mackems away after Champions League game as well. That might take its toll on us a little bit. That might go, hopefully in favour. Dale's now in the chat as he's having issues trying to connect as well. So, but yeah, those are the live chat. Do come back. I'll come back to that very shortly. We'll do a recap of all of the fixtures again in a second. But what I look for, and I'm sure you're all saying that when we look for the Premier League fixtures, you look at first who we're playing first, and then when's the first home game. I would imagine if we were away. When are we playing the Mackems? I look at Christmas all the time, what the running is for Christmas. And then I take a look at more so what the running is. So obviously Aston Villa away is a toughie, let's be honest. It's a toughie, but get out of the way, get Villa Park out of the way. And then, of course, we're back at home the following week. So it's a tough away fixture, but, it is what it is. We'll have a little look at the Premier League in general one more time. So if I bring up the Premier League fixtures in general, we'll just take a little look at that. I've got so many tabs open here, it's unreal. Right, let's go back to the share screen facility. So we'll go back to the Premier League, as you can see there. So let's scroll down. Who's got who last game of the season? Because obviously you might have there's the last couple of games. Who's got who in the run-in for the Premier League and the Champions League and European places and the relegation zones. Obviously, the season just gone. The Premier League was pretty much done after about 32, 33 games. I think all the relegation started being done after about 33, 34, to be honest. And everyone was just focusing on who's going to qualify for the Champions League. So looking at those fixtures, Villa versus Liverpool might be tasty on the second last game. Chelsea versus Spurs, that could be tasty. Who else have we got there? Man United, Forest. Will Forest still be the same side? I think we'll have a bit of a dip. Obviously, we've got West Ham. Last game of the season, Brighton versus Man United. Burnley versus Wolves. That could be a relegation fight. We've got Fulham away, of course. Liverpool versus Brentford. That should be a mandatory win. City versus Villa. That could be tasty if City are going for the title or Villa need to get in for the Champions League. Sunderland could do us a favour potentially. They've got Chelsea at home. Last game of the season. And obviously Tottenham versus Everton, West Ham, Leeds. So we'll have a look at Boxing Day, because that's always another fixture that a lot of people look for, where they're going at Christmas and stuff like that, because I haven't really touched upon that as well. So I say Boxing Day. It says the 27th, yeah, so it doesn't look like we're going to be playing on the Friday night, which is probably a rarity, because normally it's standard that we play on a Boxing Day, but with Christmas falling on a Thursday this year, Boxing Day on the Friday, and so we're playing on the 27th. So there'll be quite a lot of footballers quite happy that they can spend a lot more time at home, I guess. So Newcastle are away, and this will not surprise us, because it's every year that we play Man United late in December. It just seems to be all the time. So we've got Man United away straight after Christmas. Obviously a great record there last season. And the season before, because we won in the Cup. So was that the same season? Yeah, it was the same season, wasn't it? Aye. Man United away on the 27th, so not too difficult to get out. That's probably, I'm thinking about travelling here, because Manchester's only, 2.5 hour drive, 3 hour maximum. So Sunderland have got Leeds. Obviously, they've got a lot of rivalry with Leeds down the years, because they've been stuck. Sunderland have been stuck in the lower tiers for 8 years in a row. Chelsea versus Villa, that'll be tasty, of course. Arsenal have got Brighton. Liverpool have got Wolves. Palace against Spurs will be a tricky one. Let's have a look at New Year as well. So obviously we're not playing on New Year again, because it falls on a Thursday, New Year's Day. So in between New Year, Newcastle have obviously got Burnley away. Again, that's not too hard to travel. So I think we've been a little bit lucky that we've got northern teams in and around the festive period here, which is good. So Burnley away, we'll take that. And then obviously just after New Year, we're back at home against Crystal Palace. And then again, we are at home against Leeds. So, obviously we are awaiting the Champions League to obviously come out, the Champions League draw, which will take place on, I think it's the 28th of August, I believe the Champions League draw is. Obviously, there's all the qualifiers and so on. Newcastle are straight into the league phase of 32. So we will await that. Obviously, we are going to have some glamour ties. We're guaranteed to have 4 at home and 4 away. And I am expecting the likes of potentially a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid or Atleti, even though we're playing them in a friendly. Barcelona. We could get another couple of Italian giants in there. We're guaranteed to play some of these teams. So I'm very much excited about the Champions League draw. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. I can't wait. Obviously, with me going full time as well, it means I have more time in the cities as well to play around with. But I want to know what yous are all excited about. Obviously, of course, it's got to be the Maxims. We all know that. Of course it is. So, so many games, says Mark, needing more squad depth. I'm nervous. Callum says, hello. The beautiful corner of St. James's in the back. That itself deserves a like on the video. Yeah, I can see the Gallagher corner, east corner, literally outside the window here. Joe's asking, what does everyone think of the hardest month? We'll come back to that, actually. We'll take a look. I actually think it's... without having the Champions League fixtures in front of me, I think Matt's done his homework. I think he's got the Champions League fixtures, or dates rather, in front of him, so he'll probably know. But I would probably say Premier League, it has to be December. It has to be, Matt says November, 3 away days, 2 Champions League games as well. I'm not sure where the League Cup falls, but November could be a tough one and a test the squad depth. And Joe's obviously said good shout with that. So in terms of that, we'll wait for the Champions League to go in. When the Champions League draw does happen, because we'll be looking at the fixtures a little bit more in depth, because when the Champions League draw does happen, if Newcastle are... Because what potentially could happen is that Newcastle could have another away game after that. So if Newcastle are in the Champions League away, they could have another away game. So that's not great in terms of 1, travel, 2, fatigue, 3, you need squad depth. And this is why it's so important that now the Premier League fixtures are out, can you go and get Eddie Howe strengthened? Come on, we need to. Ideally for me, I would like to see at least one person in when pre-season kicks off. Don't know how you feel. At least one person, new body, first teamer, not a squad player, not an under 21 player, a proper signing by first day of pre-season. Because I know you've still got 2 months effectively, but it just does something. It just lifts morale amongst the squad. And of course, when they head out to Singapore and South Korea, they can show off this new signing to fans and stuff. Obviously, pre-season is Celtic away on the 19th, which we'll be at. And of course, then we'll be taking you across. Long-term subscribers know that we'll be heading across to Asia, so we'll have all of the Singapore events, vlogs, matches, fans from over there. Of course, South Korea, jumping on a flight to South Korea, and then coming back over for the Stella Cup, which will play at Atletico Madrid for the double header for the men and women against Atleti. So not too far. It's a month away. It's the 18th of June now. Non-league starts at the end of the month. So I'm already looking at non-league, looking at awards to see who Wrighton have got as well, because that's the team that we're adopting on NFTV Extra. And of course, Joe's covering North Shields as well. So yeah, loads and loads of stuff that are going to be happening on the channel. What do you feel about fixture release day then? How do you feel? Is it something you always look forward to? Is it something that you just get excited about? Or you're like, meh, it is what it is because they'll be changed anyways? And what I mean by that is, do keep your live chat coming in, because I've looked at the fixtures. We'll do a quick roundup of the fixtures again before we finish off in the next 10 minutes or so. But the fixture release dates, for me, it's exciting. You have to say that, because you're trying to pinpoint where you're going. Is it away? Right, okay, right. Hotels, all that sort of stuff. Or am I driving there? Or am I going to get the train? A lot used to be like that. Same as the home games. If you're not from the area, if you're coming in, and it's difficult, especially if you don't have a season ticket, because it's last minute. If you get in the ballot in it, you've got to just drop everything. So you've got more chance realistically of the ballot when teams from down south who don't have a big following, because naturally that'll have more tickets. Let me know how successful, I think Matt was saying before, how successful have you been in the ballot? Obviously, season tickets are not on sale. Season tickets have been changed this year because it's spread over a longer period of time, over 12 months, which started in April. And of course, the cup schemes, Champions League game is 60 quid. What do you feel about that? Obviously, I put the video out yesterday morning about that. It's gone up slightly, so and the season ticket price has gone up slightly as well. 30 quid for FA Cup game, and of course 20 for the League Cup, Carabao Cup as well. So loads of fixtures, especially for those extra 8 games as well. That's going to be in there, isn't it? So fixture release date, I'm excited about it because I like to see. But one thing I want to touch upon is that they are likely to be changed. Obviously, you've just seen there that TNT have got us first game live, which is great for people who aren't there. So that's fantastic. But a lot of them are going to get changed. I think we're a little bit lucky. Well, not lucky because we're qualified, because it was only on goal difference. But if we finished sixth, a lot of our games would have fell on the Sunday, naturally, with Europa League being on a Thursday. So with us playing Tuesday, Wednesday every week, now likely more often, most games will be Saturday, but there'll still be games that would be moved to the Sunday. So I think we were quite fortunate in the Champions League season that there wasn't many, to be honest with you, but I still expect one or two in the first few months to get pushed to a Sunday or change the timings of it. It frustrates everybody, of course it does, but at least there's a little bit more notice now. So I keep you aware of for that as well. We'll come back to the live chat, and then we'll do a recap of the Premier League fixtures as well. Matt Connett say, yeah, I did have the Champions League fixtures in front of us. Took advantage of the multi-screen at home. Got 2 Champions League September, 1 in October, 2 in November, 1 December, 2 in January. International break in November as well. Expect the lasses to probably announce that they play at St James's Park in that month. I would hope so anyways. And I think it's more exciting now that we've got the derby back. See where our guaranteed 6 points are, says Joe. Matt's also looking forward to the fixture. He looks forward to the fixture release date. Even though the men's game can't get as much, but as I say, I'll make sure to plan the weekend off for the chance to get lucky in the ballot. And look out for the derby, of course, he says. 6 points, hopefully. And Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs games, because most of my friends and family support them. And Mark said, I live in New Zealand, so most of the game I watch from bed or in the middle of the night. Yeah, and we do forget about that. You do? Like, I've just forgotten about a lot of the international fans across the world. I was down, obviously, in Australia last year for the post-friendly and seeing the mad support that all the expats and that have got out there, and people who've got family back home as well. And some people get up at daft o'clock, even in Japan pre-season, people are waking up at silly times because they're ahead of us. 3s, 4s in the mornings. Some people get up to watch the game, go to work. Some people get up to watch the game, go back to sleep. It's mental. So that's commitment. You have to say it's brilliant commitment to do that, because fatigue and mentally it affects you. So fair play to you who do that. That's absolutely incredible. And fair play to anyone who goes to home and away or whatever you do, however you show your support for the club, because Newcastle United do appreciate it 100% today. Because now that we've got fans around the world, I've seen it pre-season, and I'll bring you as much as I can when I'm out there as well, because South Korea's I've never been before, and I've never been to Singapore, so very excited about that as well. But we'll go back to the fixture, shall we? We'll take a look at that for you. We'll have a little look at reaction on social media as well. We'll take a look. So just a reminder for people who are tuning in, Newcastle United have Aston Villa first away from home, 12:30 kickoff live on TNT. And then the following weekend, we've got Liverpool at home. So it's a tough opening couple of fixtures. You cannot deny that. Ideally, what does one from the... Look at August. What is a real expectation from August? How many points are you realistically wanting there? Or what you... Obviously, 9 points to play for in August. I would say minimum 4 points, minimum. I would want from those opening 3. Ideally 6 if you can. Ideally 9 if you want. But realistically, we don't want to be too greedy. 6 points would be a good start for me for the opening 3 fixtures, considering it's Villa away and then Liverpool at home. And of course, then you fall into September, where you've got Wolves at home, Bournemouth away. So for me, you've got to get 6 points there. Arsenal at home. We've got a good record at Arsenal at home, haven't we? But they'll be out for revenge. And then if we just take a look back, Joe was asking what's the hardest month. A lot of people say November because there's a couple of away fixtures in there. Well, there's 3 away fixtures, Matt. Yeah, 3 away fixtures in November. And if we get 2 Champions League games away from home, we might not be at St James's Park for quite a while. The only one we've got at St James's Park that month is Man City. That'll be a tough month if we get 2 away Champions League games that month. In November, blooming hell. December's tough because look how many fixtures there are. You've got 6 inside of 27 days. And then in the new year, you've got Palace, Leeds, Wolves, Villa, Liverpool, and then the FA Cup comes into play in there as well, remember. So we'll be entering the 3rd round. Hopefully that's a home draw. Or if it's an away tie, I would personally like to see a ground I've never been to, just for the experience. And then, of course, the Mackhams, we've got the Mackhams in mid-December away from home. Obviously, we'll not be allowed the same allocation as last time because of the it's Premier League rules this time, not the FA Cup rules. And I'm very much doubt that the Mackhams will be putting the red carpet out for this time around. So the 13th away, I expect an allocation of probably 2,500 to 3,000. Obviously, we got like cattled in on buses last time. I don't think it'll be that way again because it's a less allocation, but we'll wait and see if I get policed in or not. I wouldn't have thought so because I think the police were saying if it was more than 2,500, they would have to police us in. So we'll see what allocation we get, but I would imagine it's 2,500 to 3,000 our allocation, and hopefully everyone can make their own way there. But if we have to be policed in, we'll have to be. And then obviously the home fixture against the Mackhams late March, the 21st. So that's when we play the Mackhams. So it's a bit of weight. It's as I say, it's a canny weight. The canny weight to play the Mackhams, and then of course the run-in. See when Newcastle are towards the end of the season. Hopefully they're fighting for Champions League at the very minimum, which would be wonderful. Brighton at home, Forest away, West Ham home, Fulham away. I'm pretty happy with that run-in, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's achievable to get 12 points there, minimum 10. Do you not think? With that running, Brighton at home, Forest away, West Ham home, Fulham away. 10 from 12 minimum. That'll set us well. That'll set us up for it. Yeah, right. Before we have a look back at the live chat, it'll be the talk of the tune, pardon the pun, all over across on social media. So, of course, the key dates, Dom's obviously already saying Villa away, Sunderland away at home, and final day, of course. What else does everybody say? Away first, last game. John's not happy with that. In there. Brooksy from Blythe. Fixtures have killed me. 13th of December, Mackhams away. I'm in Perth, Australia. Oh, my God. It'll be the first one I've missed since 1989-90 season, including the band away fans. To say I'm devastated is an understatement. I've even scrapped with the missus this morning. Divorce her. So it's all over social media. That's what everyone's talking about. Craig Hope's put it out there. There's some of the key fixtures that he thinks as well. Liverpool at St James's Park first. Purchase your Max memberships of the club. Everybody is talking about these fixtures. The tricky opening 6 fixtures is Charlie, Villa away, Liverpool home, Leeds away, Wolves home, Bournemouth away, Arsenal home. Martin Hardy. Everyone's talking about it. If you go onto social media, even Keith Downey, look at that. Everybody is talking about the fixtures. Even Spurs, Chris, I'll see him out in South Korea. So we're going to be doing a video of Chris out there. Even he's talking about Spurs. It's every single post. Look at that. Every single post, even our video post there. Everyone's talking about what else we got. Yeah, it's interesting though that the inverted commas top 6 from the previous season can suddenly play each other on the opening weekend. They used to keep them apart, but there's us away at Villa. And we'll read a couple more out as well. Happy birthday. Hello. Derby dates. So again, everyone's talking about the Derby. And then our fixtures are out. Who do you want on the opening day? Who would you want on the opening day? Give us the answer in the live chat if you can pick anyone who you'd rather have on the opening day of the season. For me, I always want to start off home, of course. However, if it's away, I would rather be the furthest team away, Bournemouth, just to get it out of the way for me. So yeah, all the fixtures and a lot of retweets and everyone's talking about Kieran thought away at first game of the season he was trying to guess. Brentford away. But it's Villa. Unfortunately, yes, there was a few stuff going around yesterday with that. We're saying that we had Man City and stuff like that. So no, we definitely didn't. We definitely didn't have Man City. Live chat. What are you saying then? Come on then. Thank you for the donation, Anthony. Appreciate that so much. £5. Thank you. Desolate quiet every day. Nothing. Silence. Signing radio silence. He wants some signings. Who would you like, Anthony? Give me some names. Come on, give me some names that you want. November, December, 13 games in 2 months, says Matt. Yeah, it's going to be a busy period, isn't it? And a fair play to anyone overseas who gets up and watches the games because it's tiring, shattering, even getting up, going back to sleep. Brilliant commitment. Anthony, I want to know, you've put the live donation in, so thank you for that. I want to know, though, who would you want to sign then? Who you're after? Darren, morning. Ari, Godfather, how are you doing? Like the run-in, strange part of the season with mid-table teams possibly having not a lot to play for, but I do like the run-in. I agree, Matt, 100%. It would be nice to get a home game to start off with. I think Darren would be very lucky. I've seen the stat that the last 13 seasons in the Premier League, Newcastle have started 11 at home, which is mental. And it does feel like a planned draw. October has a good list of easier games, and the same with Macy's, Darren Lee. Yeah. Hippie, all the way out in Australia. I was just talking about international fans, getting up at daft o'clock. He's another one of them. G'day, Lee. Oh, that's an awful accent, isn't it? Sorry, mate. He's going to WhatsApp us now. Hope you're doing well, mate. Transfer business has been quiet. It has been quiet. It has indeed. But, have faith. There was a lot of talk, of course, yesterday with the whole situation with Paul Mitchell. Is he leaving? Is he not? It seems like one or two journalists were putting the neck on the line and then changed their minds, and then he was leaving. So obviously Paul Mitchell was meant to be leaving at the end of this month, but apparently he's left 2 weeks early. And Eddie Howe's family member Andy stepped up and going to be helping Steve Nixon with transfers and stuff. So I don't know what's going on with the club. I think people are trying to guess there as well. Is there any real links? Do you know what it is? I hope the club just come out and just sign someone randomly. I've seen it in the past with Tonali. There was a smoke screen let out that was signing Barello. Remember that? We were going to get Barello. Oh my God. And that was a smoke screen. Luke Edwards fell for that. And then bang, the club put it out. A couple of days later, Sandro Tonali signed. Love that. Same as Isak. No one got a sniff of it. Love it. Bang. Sign. There you go. Alexander Isak. I think have a bit of patience. It's mid-June. However, I would like to see a signing in for pre-season, at least one. I'll be more worried if we've got into August and there's no one. That's when I was a little bit worried, but we do have the end of August. Don't get me wrong. It's just what's happening, how get some signings. And if there's anybody done by August, I'll probably start to worry a little bit. But ideally, as I say, you want someone through the door for pre-season. Obviously, we're still waiting to see if Callum... Well, it doesn't look like Callum Wilson's going to accept the pay as you play deal, because the Premier League did announce officially the release list and he was on it, same as John Ruddy. So I don't see a U-turn with Callum Wilson. So we need a striker. Obviously, Will Asula's doing bits in the under-21s. I don't know if he's watching any of the under-21 stuff at the minute. 3 goals. His first game, come off the bench. Denmark were trailing, grabbed an assist, grabbed a goal, and then literally a couple of days ago he scored 2. And Tino Livramento's doing bits as well for the under-21s as well. So he's bombing on at left back and performing really well. Lewis Miley for the under-19s is unfortunately withdrawn. He's got an injury. It's not going to be risked, and that's probably a sensible thing to do. Of course, all the players are all off on the holidays and all that now. So people are in Ibiza taking trips out there. People are across the world just enjoying the time off. It's their time to relax, and obviously they'll report back to pre-season on early July, won't it be? So on the Monday. So yeah. But just to recap one more time, then we'll wrap up for the last time with the live chat. Let's have a look at the fixtures one more time. We'll bring up NUFC again. Let's pull that open. So the fixtures, I think one of you was saying quite an easier month. When was it? I think October. If you take Man City out, if you look at October, November for the league fixtures, yes, I know the Champions League are going to drop in. I don't think that's too bad. October and November, there's only really Man City who class as a big hitter on paper. And look, football's not played on paper. Of course it isn't. But it's not as bad. But I think the key things to take away from today is opening day of the season. That November month, which Matt has mentioned, we've got Champions League games. We've got a lot of away days in there as well. Newcastle could potentially have effectively 5 out of 6 games that month away from home if the Champions League fixtures come out, and both of them are away in November. December's a very busy month. We've got the Mackhams in there as well. Ideally, I didn't want the Mackhams in December because we've got a lot of games. I want to play them where there's a week apart, but we can't win them all. That's the big one. Sunderland away in December. Of course, Sunderland in March on the 21st back at St James's Park. January is a busy month as well. You've got the FA Cup dropping in, and of course, you've got the running. And I do like the running. After Arsenal away, you've got Brighton, Forest, West Ham, and Fulham. So that's favourable for Newcastle. If they need to go on a run and pick up some wins, that's where we'll look at as well. So, interesting. Love fixture release day. Love it. And apologies that Dale couldn't get on. But it is what it is. Yeah, let's have a look what you guys are saying finally before we start wrapping up as well. If you can drop us a like on this video, that would be wonderful for you as well. Lauren, if we can get 4 or 5 players in, which we need to do squad depth, and then Lawrence says, I think we do Villa first game and finally beat Liverpool at home next game. That would be lovely, Lawrence. I'll take that all day. And Hippie's gone on to say, you would have thought with Paul Mitchell's CV, he would have at least made a decent sign before moving on. The only decent thing he did was the Lloyd Kelly Juve. Yeah, I guess so for the men's part. 100%. Matt, I think will be 3 signings before the tour in Asia. We'll want to showcase our fans there. Out of contract players potentially, if we've got any of them lined up out of nowhere, so free agents. Has Jonathan David agreed to move anywhere? Nope, he hasn't. There was a lot of talk with Napoli, but that has not been confirmed as of yet. And his wages causing problems, wanting over 300k a week. So is that regarding Grealish? Or is it Rashford? I'm not seeing the comments. It'll be one of the two that I imagine is a talk about. Matt says, shares down, could muck up the wage structure potentially, would put a lot of clubs off. What is your limit in terms of wages then? Would you break the bank for the wages? Obviously, there was been some light speculation with Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak to Liverpool. So I don't think there's much in that, to be honest with you. I don't think we need to worry about that as of yet. I think in 12 months' time, that's something that we might need to look at, and potentially we might get a little bit, he's got 2 years left. What do you do on Isak and all that? But we don't have to worry about that. I don't think that's something that we can be too concerned about, to be honest with you. There's your fixture list. I was meant to get that up before, but that's who Newcastle have got. If you are just joining us live on Twitch and live on YouTube as well. So I'm currently, as you can probably tell by the background where you've seen before, I'm in the office today. So I can do a bit of Sky, but I can have a bit of offline time and, just chill, tarting with football to you. So fixture list, Mackhams are in there, mid-December and March. Aston Villa away on TNT, early kickoff. Not a big fan of early kickoffs, I'm not going to lie to you. But I might book the hotel for the Friday night for that one then. And then we'll see if there's any more reaction to the Premier League as well. So I can't play that video because I'll get done for copyright. So the Chronicle have already got the graphics guys on it. So there's your running: Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Forest away, West Ham at home, Fulham away. Andrew Musgrove has said, difficult start for Newcastle on paper, yes, but a lot of optimism. A few big signings, a good pre-season, and there's no reason it can't be a great start to the season. No point worrying about how it might be. Yes, a tough couple of fixtures: Villa away, Liverpool at home. And obviously that's Liverpool's opening fixtures. Wait, to be honest, Liverpool's isn't brilliant. Is it? Bournemouth at home, you expect them to win. Then against us, then against Arsenal. So there you go. But we're not yet talking about Liverpool. The derby date, of course, the 13th of December, and then on the 21st as well, back in March. And the Tyne derby is back. That's probably the one that we are massively looking forward to. TNT have already gone on the derby side and stuff already. The last time that we played in the league, that was the 1-1 draw, wasn't it? When the fan ran on the pitch with Mitrovic scoring. Of course, we played the Mackhams in the FA Cup not so long ago, where we hammered them 3-0. And it's that's the last games of the season for everyone who just want to look at that. And it's come to a point where Sunderland have been outside the top division for 8 years, and it's laughable that our under-21s team were in the same cup competition as their first team just a few years ago. So that's how the mighty have fallen. But of course, we will look forward to the Mackems, of course, and we can laugh at all of their results and what have you, and so on and so on. As we count down to the first derby, which is not for a while, to be honest, but it is what it is, and we'll eventually have to up the wage structure if we want to attract top talent. I agree, but how much would you break it though? So is it 200 grand? Is that where we've got to go to? Do you reckon? Funny enough, I'd love to see Chiesa signed. He'll do well. Yeah, Craig. I don't think he's been fully used properly at Liverpool. I think it's a talent, Chiesa, and his dad. Have you ever seen his dad play? Oh my God, his dad was unreal. Number 10, his dad, Enrico Chiesa. Oh, what a player he was. Brilliant. Loved watching Serie A on Channel 4 back in the day. And Matt's got to say, I was at the last derby in the league. Mental when Mitrovic scored. He loved it. He loved it. He loved it. He loved it. Right. So I think I'm going to wrap up there because I'll just start repeating myself. Apologies, Dale's connections let him down because we would have bounced off each other and had to talk, but it is what it is. So I'll probably have to go and do some graft because I've only got a few weeks left at this place. But yeah, if you can drop us a massive like if you're watching the rerun of it, I hope you enjoyed that little live stream for the past 40 minutes or so. So the headlines, just to wrap up: Aston Villa away, then it's Liverpool at home. A tough start. Mackems, 13th of December, March 21st. Busy December. We've got Champions League fixtures coming in November. That'll be a tough month. Obviously, Champions League fixtures starting to September, but November looks like a really mentally physical, tiring month in terms of travel. And obviously, the FA Cup will start in the new year. We've got the League Cup draw still to come. I think that's mid-August, I want to say. I might be wrong on that for the third round because we've got a bye this year. We don't play in the second round before Spain and Europe. And, of course, the running. We've got a very, very good running, winnable games there. So there you go, everyone. I hope you have a smashing day wherever you are across the world. And we'll see you soon here on Newcastle Fans TV. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.